Hello students, I welcome you once again to English Studies online class. Before we continue this day, I want to believe that you're ready for this class. You're with your writing materials, your notebook and your pen. And I also want to believe that you have ensured that there is no distraction around you there. Make sure that you take off or take away everything that can distract you as we go through the class today. Alright, today we'll be looking at adjectives. Can we all say that after me? Adjectives. We'll look at adjectives, the definition and the types. But you need to understand that at the end of this lesson, you should be able to define adjectives. You should be able to list and explain the types of adjectives that we have. You should be able to use adjectives to form meaningful sentences. Number 4, you should be able to identify adjectives easily in sentences. And number 5, you should be able to use the types of adjectives in sentences appropriately. Okay, let's proceed now as we launch in. An adjective modifies a noun or pronoun by providing descriptive or specific detail. An adjective modifies a noun or pronoun. You can also say adjectives are words that modifies a noun or pronoun by providing a descriptive or specific detail. Adjectives usually precede the noun or pronoun they modify. That is, they come before the noun or pronoun they modify. Adjectives do not have to agree in number or gender with nouns they describe. They don't need to agree in number or gender. All they do is modify a noun or a pronoun. Also, adjectives are words that describe nouns. We can say they describe nouns. Adjectives answer questions such as what kind, which one, how many. These are the questions that an adjective answers. An adjective can be used to describe color. Yes, we have blue, red, brown, green. And then an adjective can also be used to describe opinion, whether good or right, happy, funny. An adjective is used to what? To describe opinion. Another one, an adjective can be used to describe size. An adjective can be used to describe size, either big, small, long, or short. Adjective can also be used to describe age, either old or young. Adjectives are also used to describe shape. We have round, rectangular, triangular, square. An adjective can also be used to describe origin. We have German, Nigerian, American. Another one, material. That's glass, metal. We have distance. Examples are long, short, far, near, on and on. Then we also have temperature. Cold, warm, hot, cool. These are examples of adjectives describing temperature. And the last one, we have time. Adjectives can be used to describe time, which is late and early. There are other ones as well. As we proceed, you will get more understanding. Now let's look at the types of adjectives. We have qualitative or descriptive adjective. Number 2, we have proper adjectives. Number 3, limiting or demonstrative adjectives. Number 4, we have interrogative adjective. Number 5, coordinate adjectives. Number 6, compound adjectives. And number 7, determiners as adjectives. We will look into all these adjectives one after the other. Number 1, qualitative or descriptive adjective. A qualitative or descriptive adjective names a quality of the noun or pronoun that it modifies. It names a quality of the noun or pronoun that it modifies. Look at it. Example, we have a brown dog. Brown here is our what? Qualitative adjective or a descriptive adjective. He is naming the quality of this noun dog, telling us that the dog is what? Brown in color. Look at another one. My dad has built a bigger house. Bigger is our what? Descriptive adjective, describing the size of what? The house. Is describing the size of the house. Another one. The tall girl is my classmate. Tall here is what? Is our adjective and is naming the quality of what? The noun girl. The next one. The students achieved excellent results. Excellent here is what? Is an adjective modifying or qualifying what? The noun results. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Proper adjectives. Proper adjectives is derived from a proper noun. Proper adjective is derived from a proper noun. Example, French class, Spanish food, European car. We can have them as what? I was just coming from the French class. That's an example. I was just coming from the French class. French class there what serves as what? As an example of what? A proper adjective. We have Spanish food. We ate Spanish food last night. Yeah, European car. My dad just bought an European car. You see there? Now the third one now, limiting or demonstrative adjectives. A limiting or demonstrative adjective restricts the meaning of the word it modifies. They are the type of adjective that what? Restricts the meaning of the word that it modifies. Example, we have that car. That here is a demonstrative adjective, limiting the word car. We have another one, this room. We have the tree. We have those books are mine. They are limiting or demonstrative adjectives. The next one, interrogative adjectives. Interrogative adjectives. An interrogative adjective is a type of adjective that is used to ask questions. It's used to do or to ask questions. So when you hear interrogative, it has to do with asking questions. Interrogative has to do with asking questions. And so interrogative adjectives are the type of adjective that are used to ask questions. Alright? Now let's look at examples. Example number one. Before we go to example number one here, let's look at the types of interrogative adjectives. We can see whose, what, where, why, how, and which. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are what? The type of interrogative adjectives that are used to ask questions. Look at the first example now. Example number one. Whose book is this? Whose book is this? Whose here is our what? Is our interrogative adjective, asking a question. Look at the next one. Example number two. Which way should we go? Which is what? The interrogative adjective here, asking the question which way we should go. And then lastly, example number three. How can we solve the equation? How is our what? Interrogative adjectives. So there are other examples. You can make use of examples with what, where, why, and so on and so forth. Let's look at the next one. Coordinate adjectives. Coordinate adjectives. A coordinate adjective consists of two or more adjectives. Get it right. A coordinate adjective consists of two or more adjectives separated by a comma instead of a coordinating conjunction. So let's look at one. Instead of using conjunction, we make use of comma. Look at the example of a coordinate adjective. A cold rainy day. Remember we said a coordinate adjective consists of two or more adjectives. It can be more than two, but they are two and they are what? They are separated by a comma. So here we have cold rainy. A cold rainy day. The next one we have a bright shiny car. Bright shiny. So they are separated by what? This comma. That's why they are named as what? Coordinate adjective. That's CA. coordinate adjective. Alright, let's move to the next one. Compound adjectives. Compound adjectives. Compound adjectives consist of two or more words that function as a unit. Compound words that function as what? A unit. There are two or more words that function as a unit. Depending on its position within the sentence, the compound adjective is punctuated with or without a hyphen. It's either we put hyphen or we don't put hyphen. Now, when a compound adjective comes before the noun, it modifies. Understand very well now. I need your attention. Pay attention now. Pay rapt attention so that you get this right. When a compound adjective, I said when a compound adjective comes before the noun, it modifies. Use an hyphen. When it comes what? Before the noun, it modifies. Use an hyphen to join the adjectives. Now, when a compound adjective follows the noun, it modifies. That is, it comes after the noun that it's modifying. Do not use hyphen. Do not use what? Hyphen. Remember, we said they are two or more words. Let's look at an example now. Example 1. She is taking a class on 19th century literature. Look at this. She is taking a class on 19th century literature. Now, where is our adjective here? 19th century is our adjective. The noun is modifying is what? Is literature. It's modifying this word. Now, it's coming before the word. This is the adjective here, coming before this word literature. Therefore, we make use of what? Hyphen. This is our hyphen here. You can see that sign, like minus. That's the hyphen there. So the adjective 19th century precedes the noun literature. So a hyphen is used. But look at this one. She is studying, example number 2. She is studying literature from the 19th century. She is studying literature from the 19th century. In this case, this is our noun, 19th century. 19th century here is a compound adjective. But in this case, we did not use hyphen. We didn't make use of hyphen because the 19th century, the adjective 19th century, comes after this noun, after the noun literature. So, no hyphen is used. Please make sure that you go through this again so that you understand very well. Number 7, determiners as adjectives. So adjectives can be a determiner as well. When we say determiner, what do we mean? Determiner are articles such as pronouns. Determiners can be article, can be pronoun, and can be numbers, and they can function as adjectives. Now, when a determiner is used as an adjective, it restricts the noun it modifies. When a determiner is used as an adjective, it what? Restricts the noun it modifies. Like a limiting adjective. Yes, don't forget, a limiting adjective. So determiners function as adjective tell which one, how many, and whose. Those are the 3 things that determiners do as adjective. Now look at this. As an article now. As an article, we have article A and the. Possessive pronouns. As a possessive pronoun now, we have my, our, your, his, her, its, her, on and on and on. Then we also have relative pronouns, whose, which, whichever, what, whatever, and so on. There are more than that. Then we also have them as demonstratives, this, these, that, those. We also have them as indefinite pronouns, any, each, other, some, etc. We also have them as cardinal numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on and on like that. They are what? Determiners function as adjectives. We have ordinal numbers, last, first, second, third, on and on like that. We have them as ordinal numbers. We also have them as possessive proper nouns. Yes, Bob's, Sarah's. We can say Sarah's book. Sarah's book. They are determinants modifying pronouns, modifying other nouns, and they are functioning as what? Adjectives. Alright? We have come to the end of the class today, but before we close, I would like to hear from us. Yes, let's go back to what we have from the beginning. Yes, from the beginning. Don't forget we have our adjective. You say it modifies a noun. Don't forget, you say it modifies a noun or pronoun by providing descriptive or specific details. And we also say adjective usually precede the noun or pronoun that they modify. Adjectives do not have to agree in number or gender. You can't say you have 2 biros and they are color blue, or you can't say I have 2 blue biros. Now if you say I have 2 blue biros, you can't say I have 2 blues biros, because adjective does not have to agree with the number 2 that is in that sentence. Therefore you say I have 2 blue biros. Alright? Don't forget to say they are used to describe color, opinion, size, age, shape, origin, material, distance, temperature, and we also have time. So make sure you jot this down and you get the best. Alright? Qualitative, descriptive, those are the types of adjective we have. We have qualitative or descriptive adjective. We have proper adjectives, limiting adjectives, interrogative adjectives, coordinate adjectives, compound adjectives, determinants as adjectives, on and on like that. So make sure you go through all the definitions as we have done today, and you do this assignment. Identify the adjectives in the following sentences. Identify the adjectives in the following sentences. Number 1, try using this paintbrush in art class. You identify the adjective there and you underline it. Many people came to visit the fair. Number 3, I went into the duty-free shop, but I did not buy anything. Number 4, he doesn't seem intelligent, but he is. And that will be the last thing. You do the assignment and send your answers to this email. Make sure that you copy out this email very well and there are no mistakes there. Alright? I wish you a lovely day. Bye bye.